Hello, all you wonderful Rise of Kingdoms players out there. This is Dragothien here. Today we're going to be going over the updated, the new top 5 pairings for your army if you've got the latest and greatest commanders. Now, you can swap around if you're not quite up to date on all the newest commanders that are out. There's some things that you can switch around, but if you have up to basically Herald, which is the Herald Zenobia combination of what's come out, you can use these pairings. And again, these are the top, okay, guys? These are not like, most efficient or most, you know, I've put together something kind of cool thing. This is the top pairings with the top expertise commanders in the game. If you want to have the best 5 armies for infantry, Now, infantry is kind of shifted, right? I've done these videos before throughout the progression of the game, and it's shifted quite a bit. Infantry is just not about regular damage anymore. There's a lot going on with infantry that have made me rethink how to build and coordinate these pairings. But we're going to go through 1 through 5. Number 1's going to be Richard Sun Tzu. Now, I know. Maybe this should have been the 5th one because I have to show you what I've got on the other ones for this to really make sense. But Richard Sun Tzu is a really good pairing. Richard does provide a lot of tankiness, obviously with the massive heal. And Sun Tzu does a lot when it comes to just pumping out damage, generating rage, which generates more heals, and then just overall tons of damage, tons of AoE damage, and he also provides a little bit of tankiness. This is the only non-legendary I've got in this pairing. You can put Ethelfled there as well if you want to, but I just like the damage that Sun Tzu puts out. Next is going to be Charles YSG. There's something to be said for some other pairings with Charles, but the way I've got these other 3 set up, I just like the classic pairing of Charles with YSG. And so far we've got Richard Sun Tzu, Charles YSG. These are things that you can do right off the bat in the game. These are all commanders that you can get within the first month. Getting wheels and stuff. Richard's the first wheel commander that you get in this game. YSG is the second. And again, for most of you that have been playing this game for a while, you've had these guys usable and ready to rock and roll for quite some time. Let's go to number 3. And we're going to go Guan Leo. Now, again, I'm so wishy-washy on Leo, but with Guan, I think is his best pairing. I've tried him with Harold. I've tried him with Sun Tzu, Charles, Alex, every little thing I can think of. He just performs the best with Guan. And Guan does really well with him too. Leo makes him more tanky. He provides the shield for the extra damage from the expertise. That's just a really good pairing. And when we're talking about best 5 marches, open field, what you should be using, these guys do tend to stand out longer because people don't like attacking Leo. Leo's kind of tough to kill, especially towards the end, so they don't really go after him very much. They don't really fear him on the field, which is understandable a little bit. But with Guan, he does really, really well. So we've got Richard Sun Tzu, Charles YSG, and then Guan Leo. Let's go to number 4. I went Alex Harold. Now, this is usually a rally pair, and I like Charles Harold, and you can then go Alex YSG if you want to as well. But this pairing really helps out the raw skill damage coming out from this pairing because of the fact that Alex has that 10% chance or skill damage to be proccing alongside of Harold. You can just start getting machine gun skill damage. It's pretty cool to see, especially with the flying axes all over the place, and you can melt an army very quickly with an Alex Harold army. You just got to be careful. Don't have him be the lead. You want Richard to be the lead. You want Charles to be the lead. These are your damage dealers. All of these have, if you'll notice the trend, all of these, with the exception of the last one, have damage. And you can even augment the last one that I'm about to do for more damage as well. And that's Constantine Mulan. Now, there are other pairings you can go here, guys. All right? I'm going to bring this out. This is the one I kind of chose because I like the buff. I also like the debuff that Mulan provides. So the Mulan debuff that I love is the 20% extra damage taken, alongside of her basically rage sap, that she provides. But the buff that she gives you with the 20% to stats, alongside of just having a March speed bonus on top of that, and then also debuffing the target to 20% damage, that is very, very nice combo to have. And with Constantine, he stays alive so long because of the extra heal at the end, and he does provide a debuff as well with a negative attack debuff. Now again, guys, remember the video we did earlier where buffs that you provide go for yourself first, okay? So if you've got all 5 of your armies out, you're not necessarily helping your other allies, but they're going to have to kind of bring their own buffs, it seems. So until you've started to lose some of these marches on the field, Mulan won't be giving any kind of buffs to your allies. They're going to be giving them to you only. But once somebody dies, you'll give some buffs to somebody else, which is nice. Now, again, this 5 pairing, Richard Sun Tzu, Charles YSG, Guan Leo, Alex Harold, Constantine Mulan. Those 5 pairs of commanders are what I've chosen to be my 5 infantry armies going forward. This is what I used in Heroic Anthem, and it went really well. I changed up from Leo Harold and from I think I had Guan with Alex, so I've swapped a few things around after about halfway through, because I was doing things, right? I was doing stuff. I was causing a lot of problems for people, but I wasn't causing the damage that I wanted to. But when I switched to this, I basically have damage on everything. You know, Richard's not the biggest damage dealer, but Sun Tzu with him causes a good chunk of damage. Constantine with Mulan's the only non-damage dealing army that I've got, but this army is debuffing my target really, really hard. You can swap Constantine Mulan with Constantine Ethelfled if you want to for some more damage, but I just like the 20% extra damage taken debuff that Mulan provides, because not only are you helping yourself out, but you're helping your allies out. So I really like that. I think that this is one of the best 5 army pairings for infantry only out there. You can swap some of these around too. Some other things that I would do, Charles Harold again is a really good one, and then you would probably put Alex with YSG, or you can go Sun Tzu YSG and go Richard Charles if you want some more tankiness. But again, that army's not really doing any damage other than counterattack damage, which they'll just leave you for last. I think every army should have, with the way the infantry meta is now, it needs to have damage because of the way buffs work and that they don't buff everything. In the past, we've had full buff marches. We had Joan, we had and then full debuff marches like with Ethelfled and Barca and Constantine. Like, that was the focus. Debuff marches still work. That's still a valid and usable 5 army pairing, kind of thought process. But this is going to actually give you what you need and help the group out by killing stuff, because you've got your Richard Sun Tzu, there's damage. You got Charles YSG, that's damage. You've got Guan Leo, that's some damage right there. You've got Alex Harold, that is your bread-winning moneymaker. Huge damage if you keep him alive, which means when you're going into battle, where do you put these guys? Whoop, you're right on over here. You put them right on over there. And I would actually move Guan Leo back here too. And I would bring Constantine Mulan to the front. So this is how it would come into battle. This is how I would come into battle. So when I'm moving forward, right? When I'm moving forward, it's not as simple as just dragging and dropping everything and then throwing everything into the mix. This is how I would move forward into the fight. So they're going to be targeting these guys first, usually. That's just the way it works. And Charles is coming out to a lead very quickly. So he's tanky, guys. He's very tanky. Charles is very tanky. So is Richard. And then certainly so is Constantine for the most part because of his extra heal. But you see all the damage dealers are right behind, just slightly behind. So they're going to be able to start firing off their skills. And until they get in through the thick of this, right, where they can target what they want, they're not going to target your damage dealers. And you can pump out maximum damage. That's really what it's about, and that's how we do it. Now, certainly buff-wise, I would still go defense on buffs. So get your 10% version of this right here, which is your 24-hour defense buff. This is the 5%. You go into the VIP shop, you get your 10% one. Always, always, always use your army expansion as well. And then certainly just in general, make sure that you are paying attention to your marches and going from there. But this is my 5 army pairings right here. Richard Sun Tzu, Charles YSG, Guan Leo, Alex Harold, and then finally Constantine Mulan. And again, Mulan is interchangeable. Not only is she interchangeable with Ethelfled, but you could actually think about putting Constantine Tamiris here as well for the extra skill damage debuff, because you've got so much skill damage going on. Even Leo's skill damage, right? You got Alex, Harold, Guan, Leo, YSG, Sun Tzu, all skill damage, all pumping out damage. Tamiris with the skill damage increase taken to the target, very, 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 very strong. And she pumps out skill damage as well. So it's not bad at all. She only loses one part of one skill. It's not bad at all. That's the pairings, guys. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope this is helpful. Because, again, we've got probably some more infantry commanders coming up in the next month or so, I would say. Month or two, maybe. So, hopefully this has been helpful for you guys. I will see you guys next time. Cheers. Have a good one. Take care.